Well, good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us, and we are just excited to have our homecoming celebration, but most importantly, we're excited to help celebrate each and every one of you. It is with immense pride and joy that we come together to celebrate the remarkable achievements of individuals whose hard work and dedication have brought them to the pinnacle of each and every one of their fields, while uplifting those around them and enhancing additional communities. This celebration is a true reflection of who we are as an institution and how far we have come. Our alumni embody the mission of Union Commonwealth University, equipped with knowledge, driven by purpose, and inspired to make a meaningful impact in the world. Today, we are excited to celebrate their stories of innovation and leadership and service, all of which resonate deeply with the values we hold dear. As we honor these outstanding individuals, we also celebrate the enduring spirit of Union, which continues to shape the lives of our students and alumni alike. This event is not just a recognition of personal achievement, but a tribute to our shared legacy of excellence, growth, and the power of education to transform lives. Thank you for being such an important and special part of this day, and for your continued support of all of us here at Union. Together, we celebrate the past, embrace the present, and look forward to a future where the values and vision of our institution continue to thrive. At this time, I would like to invite Maisie Nelson, class of 2011, and our Vice President of University Relations to begin our program. Let's give Maisie a hand.
Good afternoon. The 50 Under 50 Alumni Award was developed by the Office of Advancement to engage, re-engage, educate, honor, and cultivate the next generation of Union Commonwealth University advocates, ambassadors, and donors. Members of this class may be invited throughout the year to serve as speakers, panelists, advisory committee members, and participate in unique opportunities across the university, like here at Homecoming. The class was selected in March 2025, with 10 honorees revealed each month leading up to Homecoming. And today we honor the entire class of our 50 Under 50, our inaugural class. So as a reminder, selection criteria was you must be a Union Commonwealth University graduate, either undergraduate or graduate degree, must not have reached their 51st birthday by September 1st, 2025, make a significant impact in their respective fields, professions, or communities, and you cannot be employed by Union Commonwealth University. So now we will call each member of our 50 Under 50 class to the stage individually. We have a special gift for you, as well as a certificate to present to you. We ask that once you come up to the stage, Dr. Washington will present this to you. Ford with the Office of Communications will take a photo, so please pause for that. And then we also ask that you stick around if you can through the entirety of our not very long program today, so that at the end we can take a group photo. All right. Bart Elam. Make sure it's right. Okay. Corey Chestnut. Grant Burdett. Carla Kersey. Brooks Napier. Brooke, here we go. Dr. Ruth Wooten Key. Rachel Lewis Rapier. Michael Davenport. Faith Welch. Becky Miller. Kevin Smith. Yes, he's here. David Fairbanks. Liani Parahu. Justin Barrier. Yep. Jeff Carper. Adam Patton. Chris Stunson. Jessica Terry Bergman. Francis Williams. Ken Fritz. Katie Merritt. Katie Merritt. Here you go. Courtney Mahan. TJ Wesselman. Jerry Cook. She's going to represent us, so we'll step on her behalf. And Monica Hurd. Is there any other 50 under 50 honoree that might have snuck in a different door than the ones we were stationed at? We've got everybody? Okay. So thank you guys. I want to say that this was Dr. Washington's vision. He brought it to the advancement team and let us run with it, and we put our selection committee together. And gosh, it was hard, even with the nominees and all of the nominees that we received. And I just want to say, when we finished publishing that last group in August to hit that number 50, and I looked back at everybody, that we are very, very proud of you all. It is a very impressive group. So thank you all so much.
So do you think this was a good thing that we did? All right, then I'm happy to take credit for it. It was definitely my idea then. No, I just want to say thank you to Maisie and Courtney and London and Brianna. They really worked hard on this. It was easy for me to just say, hey, we should do this, and kick it over to them. I had no idea what was going to go into all of the getting the bios, getting the headshots, being able to publish on time, because people were texting and emailing like, when's the next 10 coming out? And it's just the anticipation of it. Let me just say, I hope this is a charge to each and every one of you. I can say this as an alum that I know beyond maybe Francis and Tim Porter and a few other alums that have really, really stayed with the Alumni Association portion, it's tough to keep that going. So my thought was that through enacting and reactivating this 50 under 50 is that now we have a new group of active and forward-thinking alums who are taking action and are wholeheartedly doing some freaking impressive things across the world. And my hope is that we can now build off of these 50 and begin to charge our recent alums and our current students. So please think about, do you offer internships? Do you have full-time employment opportunities? Can you make connections and open doors for any of our staff to be able to create more pathways and partnerships for all of our students? Just kind of think about, now that you hold this very well recognized and very well deserved award, you now sort of have some weight on your shoulders that we also carry along with you to be able to contribute and pass forward to others. So thank you for being here. Thank you for allowing us to recognize you. You're very well deserving of this. And I know it took us a little long time to get to this point, but this is very well deserved, and we're gonna do more of this. So please continue to kind of be active as alumni so that we can continue to build bridges for everyone else that are to come. Thank you.
All right, next we will move into our award recognition, and we are going to begin today with our Rising Star Award. Recipients, I will read a short bio about you and then ask you to come to the stage where you can say a few short words. So the Rising Star Award recognizes young alumni within 10 years of graduation who have exhibited leadership, campus involvement, community impact, while achieving career success. Kelsey Morgan Mahaffey exemplifies these qualities. Kelsey graduated magna cum laude with a Bachelor of Arts in Sociology in 2015. During her time at Union, she served as captain of the softball team, participated in the honors program, engaged in numerous community service projects, including Habitat for Humanity, charity softball events, and Bell's Angels, supporting a young girl diagnosed with cancer. After Union, Kelsey earned her Juris Doctor from Washington and Lee in 2018. She now serves as staff attorney for the Chief Justice Deborah Hembry Lambert of the Kentucky Supreme Court, conducting extensive legal research, drafting precedent-setting opinions, and contributing to the highest level decisions across criminal law, constitutional law, workers' compensation, family law, and more. Kelsey's journey as a first-generation college graduate and her professional accomplishments exemplify the leadership, service, and the dedication celebrated by the Rising Star Award. Kelsey.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I want to thank Union and the selection committee for choosing me for this wonderful award. I'm truly humbled and honored. In preparing for today, I realized that there were so many professors and coaches and teammates and friends that I could thank, but in the interest of keeping it brief, I knew that I could not accept this award without thanking one person in particular from Union. When I came to Union, I had been pretty dead set on being a veterinarian since I was about 13 or 14. And then I took a political science class with Professor Karen Armour. She made us read Plato's Republic and de Tocqueville's Democracy in America and the Federalist Papers in excruciating detail, and the Constitution. And while most people would rather get a root canal, I was instantly hooked. It was her depth of knowledge and passion for political science and the law that made me want to go to law school. So I can say with absolute certainty, I would not be here accepting this award without her. In that vein, I also want to thank my mother, Ann Campbell, who was really my first role model for the concepts of hard work and dedication. She worked for the same company for 40 years to raise 2 children on her own while still managing to provide a loving and supportive household. I also want to thank my wonderful husband, Dakota Mahaffey, who I would not have met had I not gone to Union. For the last 11 years, he has been my rock, my best friend, and my biggest cheerleader, and I'm so blessed to have him as my partner in life. And finally, I, of course, have to thank my incredible boss, Chief Justice Deborah Lambert of the Kentucky Supreme Court, and our paralegal, Jacinda Rao, who I consider to be boss number 2. They took a chance on me right out of law school, and for the last 7 years have continued to mentor and support me and to trust me with helping bear the incredible weight and responsibility that are associated with the office of a justice and more recently of the Chief Justice. As a very proud Kentuckian, being able to serve the Commonwealth at the highest level of our judiciary has been more than I ever could have dreamed of, and it all started right here on this campus. So thank you once again to Union, and congratulations to all of my fellow honorees.
Thank you, Kelsey. The Distinguished Alumni Service Award recognizes alumni who have demonstrated outstanding leadership, professional excellence, and sustained commitment to Union and their community. Sam Davies is a distinguished recipient whose contributions embody these principles. Sam attended Union from 1966 to 1969, earning a degree in social studies. He fondly remembers being introduced to Colonel Harlan Sanders by Vice President Milton Townsend, which led to a full scholarship. Sam earned his Juris Doctor from the University of Kentucky in 1973. Throughout his legal career in Barberville, Sam has been involved in landmark cases with significant societal impact. Notably, in 1994, he successfully litigated against a manufacturer of a harmful lactation suppressant, resulting in the drug being removed from the market. It was a case featured on NBC's Now with Katie Couric. He also led the injury and death claims following the 2003 CTA factory explosions, which resulted in improved safety warnings. Sam has been recognized nationally, including induction as a Fellow of the American College of Trial Lawyers in 2003, Outstanding Trial Lawyer of the Year in 2007, and named among Kentucky's 50 super lawyers in 2008. He also served on the Union Board of Trustees from 1977 to 1991 and contributed as an adjunct professor of business law. And if that's not enough, based on his dance moves alone last night at the inaugural ball, he is very deserving of this award. Mr. Sam Davies.
I asked the president, should I say something? And he said, absolutely, go ahead. So many of you probably know that I grew up on Union College's campus. My father was a Welsh immigrant who began in the coal mines at the age of 13, left the coal mines at the age of 50 and married my mother, and opened a little grocery store at 2nd Street and Manchester Street across from the Union College basketball arena. We depended upon the workers, the ground workers, the housekeepers, the people that worked at Union College to trade at our store. It was our livelihood. I played and grew up on Union's campus. It was a time period when there wasn't a lot of federal regulations like EPA and all of that stuff. And Union's chemistry lab had a junk garbage dump behind the laboratory, and my brother and I and some of the local boys that we ran with, we began to get old flasks and beakers and test tubes, Bunsen burners, and some of the wasted chemicals out of that pit. We learned how to make black powder with charcoal, sulfur, and potassium nitrate. So we decided to test and see if it in fact was black powder, and we sent an older boy that looked 18 over to Pop Bingham's store and bought a foot of dynamite fuse, and we made a baby jar full of black powder. And with my brilliant mind, I decided that we should take some precautions, so we threw it in the outdoor toilet in my dad's barn to make sure it would contain the blast, and all it did was direct it out the roof, and it blew a hole in the ceiling of my dad's barn. He wasn't happy. But it stimulated me that I thought I was going to be a chemical engineer. So I graduated as valedictorian of my high school class, and I got a scholarship to the University of Kentucky, and I entered the chemical engineering department. But I didn't realize I had fallen when I was 4 years old and broken my right or left cheek and knocked my tooth out and damaged my eye, and I couldn't see through the microscope. And I was colorblind, and I couldn't tell acids from bases. And after about a half semester, the instructor said, "Son, you need to find a different career. If you can't see through the microscope and you're colorblind, you'll have a hard time being a chemical engineer." My brother was already in college at Union College, and my dad and mom couldn't afford to send me to college, but I had, during high school, taken care of Vice President Milton Townsend's cat. He lived directly across the street from my dad's grocery store. And when he would go out of town, he and his wife, recruiting money or recruiting students, I took care of his cat, Speed. He named it after Fanny Speed. My dad talked to him, and he said, I know a guy that has recently sold his company, and maybe he can support Sam in college. So he introduced me to Colonel Harlan Sanders. And I had to promise the colonel I wouldn't drink, smoke, or curse, and do well academically. After first year, when he re-interviewed me again, he said, "Sam, how are you doing with your promises?" I said, "Colonel, I'm keeping 3 out of 4. And it seemed to satisfy the colonel. And I didn't tell him I kept changing the 3, but it didn't matter. So with the assistance of Colonel Sanders, I was able to go through Union College, and I graduated at the top of the class, and then I went on to law school. And during that period of time, at a dance hall, Jack's Blue Room, I met my buddy and my partner in life and my best dance friend, Linda, and she and I, we went through law school, and we came back to Union College in Barberville. She and I both volunteered as adjunct professors for several years at the college, and my boys grew up on the campus here, and now my grandchildren, I taught them to play on the campus of Union College. So Union College has been my neighbor, my friend, my mentor, and part of my life for all of my life. So we believe in Union College, and we thank Union College.
All right, thank you, Sam. Our final award before we move into our Hall of Fame inductees is the Trustee Service Award. The Trustee Service Award honors exceptional dedication and leadership by Board of Trustee members. Edna Mann has made transformative contributions to Union Commonwealth University. Raised in Barberville, Kentucky, Edna attended Union College before moving to Dayton, Ohio to support her family. Alongside her husband, Jerry, she helped build their civil engineering consulting firm and real estate development company, Mann Properties. Edna has served on the Union Board of Trustees since 2006, championed educational growth and community impact. If the name sounds familiar, it's probably because she was instrumental in establishing the Edna Jenkins Mann School of Nursing in 2012, ensuring the program's success and national reputation. The Mann family is also now the lead gift in the upcoming renovation of Miller Hall, the university's first live and learn dormitory, which will be used for nursing and health science students. Her leadership, vision, and generosity continue to leave a lasting legacy on the Union campus and its broader community. Edna could not be here today, but was honored when notified by Dr. Washington of this recognition. We will present her with this award, actually to her next month when she's here for the fall board meeting. So, round of applause, even though she's not here, for Edna. All right, now into our Hall of Fame inductions. The Union Commonwealth University Alumni Hall of Fame honors alumni who have earned distinction in education, healthcare, or business and professional fields. Inductees have demonstrated outstanding contributions in their professions and communities while supporting Union and serving as role models. We will begin with the Business and Professional Hall of Fame. After graduating from Union in 1997 with a degree in business administration, Chad Fitton launched his career during the tech boom with Cabletron, first as a sales development representative and then later in a government contract role in Washington, D.C. In 2003, Chad seized an opportunity to become one of the first 3 Planet Fitness franchisees, opening his first gym in Massachusetts. By 2009, he had expanded to 4 clubs and was awarded the rights to the Ohio franchise territory. In 2015, he was invited to the New York Stock Exchange as Planet Fitness went public. Today, Chad owns 63 Planet Fitness locations across 7 states. Beyond his professional success, Chad has demonstrated a deep commitment to philanthropy. He has made extraordinary contributions to the New Hampshire Make-A-Wish Foundation, helping nearly 100 children annually since 2021. He is also actively involved with Swim with a Mission Navy SEALs, SWAM, a nonprofit supporting veterans and Gold Star families, where he has helped raise over $11.5 million through events and leadership challenges. In addition, Chad has recently become a generous supporter of Union Commonwealth University, investing back in the place where his journey began. Although Chad was excited to return to Union for homecoming this year, we had several conversations with him. For health reasons, he's been prevented from attending in person. He did, however, share some remarks that he asked me to read with you, so I'm going to do that now. Hello, Bulldogs. Though I can't be with you in person, it's an honor to be part of your homecoming celebration. I want to thank Dr. Washington, the board, and the staff of this great university for this recognition and for welcoming me into the Union Commonwealth University Business Hall of Fame. Union has always held a special place in my heart because this school gave me an opportunity to grow, further my education, and to begin shaping the person I am today. This award isn't just about my work. It's really a reflection of how the people who have been with me on the journey, my family, my mentors, my friends, and especially my daughter. I grew up in New Hampshire, and I first heard about Union from my stepfather, Bert Sell, who attended here in the 1960s. I'd never set foot in Kentucky, but something told me to take the leap. I came to Barberville, became a bulldog, and that decision forever changed my life. Some of the most important memories happened right here. The biggest of all was the birth of my daughter, Taylor, in Corbin, Kentucky. That moment changed everything for me. I realized I was no longer responsible for just myself. I had a family now, and that gave me purpose. Becoming a father motivated me to think differently about life and made me wonder how I could build something better for myself and for my family. Another defining part of my union years was playing on the men's soccer team. Our roster was made of a mix of athletes from 8 different countries: Brazil, England, Colombia, Yugoslavia, Ethiopia, Saudi Arabia, and even the US. We came from different places. You had different philosophies and on how to play the game, but we shared a single goal: to improve each other and become the best possible team. That experience taught me the most valuable lesson that I carried into business. You are who you surround yourself with. Being around the best and brightest challenges you, and that challenge is what makes you grow. I graduated in 1997 with a degree in business administration right at the height of the tech boom. I was fortunate to land a job at a company called Cabletron Systems, one of the leaders in networking hardware. I started as a sales development rep, 4 hours of outbound cold calls each day. That was my second phase of my education. It taught me persistence, how to build relationships, and how to overcome objections. I worked my way up through different roles, eventually moving to Washington, D.C., chasing government contracts. But then the dot-com bubble burst, and like many people, I faced uncertainty. As a single father, stability for my daughter came first, so I moved back to New Hampshire to be closer to family and support. While I kept grinding in different startups, I also started focusing on myself in a new way, building routines, keeping my body healthy, and working on my mindset. I wanted to wake up each day with energy and clarity, so I built habits, waking up early, working out first thing in the morning, reading, writing things down, and holding myself accountable. That is when Planet Fitness entered my life. I joined a small local club and made early morning workouts part of my routine. I learned that motion creates emotion. If you start your day by doing something hard, you build the energy to take on everything else. I also fed my mind with positive messages, listening to motivational tapes, writing down goals, and visualizing the future I wanted. Those small daily disciplines started to shift my life and eventually connected me with the founders of Planet Fitness. In 2003, Planet Fitness started franchising. Some people might call what happened next luck, but I believe luck is when opportunity meets execution. Sounds like something you would say. I was frustrated in my career, but I have prepared myself mentally and physically for a chance like this. So I took a leap of faith and became the 3rd Planet Fitness franchisee. I opened my first club in Lunenburg, Massachusetts in 2003. From 2004 to 2019, I was able to piece together 3 more locations. During that time, I was still living with my parents, raising my daughter, and grinding every day to get business off the ground. It wasn't glamorous, but it kept me grounded and reminded me why I was doing it, to build a better life for my family. By 2009, when the chance came to buy franchising rights in Ohio, I knew it was an opportunity to scale. The problem was I didn't have the capital. So I took another big risk. I sold all 4 of my existing gyms to start fresh in Ohio. In 2010, my partner and I opened our first Ohio location, and thankfully, it was a success. From there, the growth continued. In August of 2015, I had the honor of standing on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange as Planet Fitness went public. Watching this small brand from New Hampshire ring the opening bell, something I'd only ever seen on TV, was an experience beyond anything I could have imagined. Today, as of August 2025, I'm blessed to own 63 clubs across 7 states, employing more than 1,300 people. I didn't get here by being the most gifted entrepreneur. I got here through discipline, character, hard work, and surrounding myself with the right talent. Truth be told, in the early days, I was probably running on the fear of failure. I never saw myself as the smartest guy in the room. I wasn't top of my class. My edge was simple. I tried to outwork everyone around me. I was honest, understanding, and always treated everyone with dignity and respect. Over time, those habits made me reliable, and reliability builds trust. When people know they can count on you, they choose you every time. Just like my soccer team at Union, I didn't do this alone. Success is never a solo act. You grow a business with people. My role is set to the vision and the culture, but it's the team that makes it real. I've been fortunate to work with people from all walks of life, and just like on that field years ago, we've all had our own goals. But together, we've built something bigger than ourselves. To the students listening today, I say, don't fear feeling average. Fear not giving your best effort. Life is a marathon, not a sprint. It's about consistency, not quick wins. Over the long run, reliability and character will take you further than talent alone. Be the person people can trust and depend on. Build good habits, surround yourself with the right people, and keep pushing forward even when it's hard. Those small daily decisions are the building blocks that will change your life and create success. Union gave me the foundation to start that journey. Union gave me perspective, friendships, and lifelong memories, and I believe Union will do the same for you. I'm proud to be a Bulldog, proud to be a part of this family, and proud to give back to Union. Thank you for this honor, Chad Fitton. Next is our Educators Hall of Fame inductee. Dennis Messer, a 1994 graduate, has dedicated over 2 decades to education in Barberville. He is currently superintendent of Barberville Independent Schools and has held multiple leadership roles, including special education instructor, director of school grounds, and assistant principal. Dennis has been instrumental in creating community initiatives such as the annual Community Thanksgiving Dinner and the annual Community Service Day. He also serves on multiple local boards, including WEKCP and the Kentucky Association of Superintendents. Dennis is pursuing his doctoral degree at the University of the Cumberlands while continuing to shape the next generation of students in Knox County. It's with my pleasure that we introduce Dennis Messer.
Make everything clear. The only reason I'm going to the University of Cumberland is because we don't offer that degree on this campus. But we're working on that, DJ, right? But anyway, this is such an honor for me and my family. I'm a local boy. I grew up in this town. I've watched it grow. I've watched this college grow. Attended Barberville all my life. I'm kind of like Sam here. We're local kids, and being an educator, it's a life dream, changing people's lives. I tell my administrators, my teachers, I say, what a job you have. How many people can say that they make a difference in a young person's life? And we do that a lot, and we take that for granted sometimes. When I think about Union, I think about a difference in my life. In 1994, before the fall semester started, I figured I should try out college first. So I took a summer class, and it was Miss Connie Danner, if you remember Miss Danner. Well, I got in there, and it started out pretty rough. I'm not going to lie to you. I was not on a path for an A or a B. I was more towards a D or an F. But Connie Danner changed my life at Union. Connie Danner said, Mr. Messer, you got good work. You need to change things up. And she said, if you'll come in 30 minutes before class, I'll work with you. Not a lot of colleges or universities do that, but she was willing to do that for me. And I ended up with maybe a B, but that put me on the path that I'm on today. And I want to thank her. I don't know if I ever had another class with Connie Danner, but she changed my life with just that help. And you know, that's what Union University is about. It's about we want people to succeed. And I want that same thing on School Street. You know, this week was a great week. Dr. Washington and Union made it possible for all my seniors to come to this college or this university next year with no debt. How big is that? So hopefully we get a lot of Barville alumni come to Union, make a difference here. I want to thank a few people. I want to thank my mom and dad. They always had a dream that their boys would go to college, and me and my two brothers, we all graduated from this university. I want to thank my wife, my girls. I have a daughter that's a sophomore here this year. I have a sophomore at Barberville that will go to this college or this university also. So Union means so much to us. My wife is a 1994 graduate also. So I just want to thank Dr. Washington, the staff here, of what you've done and what is to come, because there's a lot of good things that's coming, and if in any way that I can help, I want to be part of that. Thank you.
All right, our last individual to be inducted today is for the Healthcare Hall of Fame. Kathy Miller, a 1980 Union graduate with dual degrees in biology and mathematics, built an accomplished career in dentistry marked by excellence and service. At Union, she served as a student representative on the Board of Trustees, a resident assistant in Pfeiffer Hall, a member of the tennis team, and math tutor. She was also the recipient of the Wimmer Chemistry Award, recognizing her academic achievement in the sciences. After Union, Kathy earned her DMD from the University of Kentucky College of Dentistry in 1984. She began her career in East Bernstadt, Kentucky, practicing privately while also volunteering at the Clear Creek Baptist Seminary Dental Clinic. In 1989, she established her own practice in London, Kentucky, where she cared for patients for nearly 2 decades. Throughout her career, Kathy was known for her patient-centered approach and her dedication to improving dental health in her community. She also invested in future professionals by donating her time, facilities, and materials to the Kentucky Community and Technical College System's Dental Assisting Program. In addition to her professional contributions, Kathy has supported numerous organizations through her philanthropy, including the University of Kentucky, Sunshine Children's Home, and Oneida Baptist Institute. Her generosity has also had a direct impact at Union, where she helped make possible the recent renovations of Lakeside Hall's student bathrooms. Kathy's career and service exemplify the very best of Union. Excellence in her profession, dedication to her community, and a lasting commitment to helping others. Ms. Kathy Miller.
I didn't know I sounded that good on paper. I feel very unworthy. All I did was go home. I graduated, got my degree, and I went home. I didn't go out in the world and do great and wonderful things. I went home. But at home, what I didn't realize back that many years ago, you didn't see women have a degree. You didn't see women that had a doctorate. You definitely didn't see women that had a dental drill in their hand. Just didn't happen. What I also didn't know when I went home, that the children were watching, the young people were watching, and they would come to me and they'd say, I want to do what you do. How do I do that? And I would tell them, don't go into dentistry. And after I would try to talk them out of it, then I would tell them how to get into school and what to do and how to manage. There are 4 general dentists, 1 periodontist, 3 oral surgeons that will, from home, that will tell you, Dr. Miller told me how to go to school. When I was at Union, my father had died in my junior year in high school. He knew he was dying. One of the last things he told my mother was, make sure Kathy gets through dental school. Make sure she gets through dental school. We've been saving. Make sure she gets through dental school. Union gave me an academic scholarship. I didn't have to dig into those savings until I got to dental school. And when student loans back when I was in school are at 9%, you tried not to borrow them. So I thank Union. It had a huge, huge impact on my life. And I'm trying to pay it back. Now I'm going to leave, I'm going to leave with this little story. Because when I went back home, you didn't turn away friends and neighbors and family. You took care of them. They didn't always pay you, or they paid you in weird ways. And yes, I'm that old that I got paid with chickens sometimes. But the story I most remember was I had a gentleman that he came in and we took care of him. He said, I can't pay you today. I said, that's fine. That's fine, you just go on home. And about 3 weeks later, he showed up, walked in the office, had this package wrapped in brown paper, and they called me to the window, and I came out, and he said, we did our slaughter today, and this is a big pork roast for you. Nice pork tenderloin for you. He said, and it's warm, but it's not warm from the sun, it's warm from the hog. Sometimes it pays to go home. Sometimes it pays for people to see. Sometimes it pays when people would call me up and say, my doctor told me this, and this. What does that mean? That was my sideline. To translate the medicalese into plain old good country talk. Thank you.
Inductees, family members, faculty, staff, members of the Board of Trustees, thank you for joining us this afternoon. As we celebrate these alumni and their achievements, we are reminded of the enduring legacy of Union Commonwealth University and the incredible impact our Bulldogs have on their communities and beyond. At this time, we would like to take a couple photos. So first, as we wrap up here in just a second, we're going to ask our 50 under 50 to come up first. Ford will take a photo, and then after that, our Hall of Fame inductees are asked to stick around so we can take a photo here. And then we hope that everyone will join us outside in the tent for our reception. Go Bulldogs.